Marketing planner time. Marketing planner time always brings me to the mind that you kind of do at the same time of year that you do your goal setting, in my opinion, for the next year. And I view marketing planner not just as a commitment, not just as a layout, but at this stage, it's largely a goal. It's largely the classic working numbers backwards. Takes this much money to get a lead, takes this many leads to get a presentation, takes this many presentations to get a sale, takes this many sales to get this much money, boom, boom, boom. So if I want to have this much money at the end of this year, I have to spend this much money on advertising. And you kind of flow that through. And it's always handy and it's always kind of neat. And this got me to thinking on goals a little bit. And I got a few notes to try to keep me on track. But as y'all know, there's a fella, Williams, that I really like to read his stuff. I think he's a pretty brilliant philosopher. And he came out with a little note in his blog a couple weeks ago where he said he doesn't believe in goals, which, of course, is a great headline to catch people's eyes and read. And he means what he's saying on this. He doesn't. He says what he believes in is decisions. He's wrong, but he's largely wrong in a play of semantics. And I rarely say he's wrong. In this one, he's wrong. I love his point for decisions. I love his point that a goal is just, hey, I got to go. It's not a goal. Goal's not chart. Goal's not character. Goal's not action. It's kind of like, Jesus and the apostles, the writers of the New Testament talk about, love is action. Faith is action. Faith without works is dead. It's nothing. Goal is nothing. A decision, you do something. A decision you follow through with. And this point is, I like character. I like decisions. A person of character makes a decision and does something. He's trying to play semantics. It failed, but it was a pretty cool point. He threw one little manipulative quote in there that I thought was brilliant. He said, AA doesn't teach people to have a goal of being sober. It teaches them to make the decision, the commitment to stay sober today. Decide to be sober today. And I thought that was an outstanding point. But what is one of the original things we learned in trying to learn how to be successful in a metaphorical, spiritual kind of sense, not just grab the hammer and hit the hammer, and even though that is honestly kind of metaphorical. It was all from the great Think and Grow Rich Napoleon Hill. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. And here's how that kind of rolls in for me. Conceive's a goal. Believe is a decision. And the important part of whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve, is the believe part. And every one of us knows it. First time we heard that, first time we were told it, first time we were told, make that monster goal, make it huge. Here's the problem. It's real hard to believe it. Saying, I have a goal of making $10 million next year. And the most I've ever made was 450 grand. I'm not going to believe that. I can conceive it maybe in a fantasy, but I can't believe it. And if I can't believe it, I'm not going to do it. Does that mean goal setting doesn't work? Absolutely the opposite. I challenge you goal setting, especially the incredibly important part of writing them down, is the incredibly important mystery link between conceive and believe. You go through that act, you go through that statement, you start to think about it, and your mind and your subconscious starts to make the steps it needs to believe. And all of a sudden you find out that you believe you can do this. And once you believe you can, you do whatever it takes. The difference of the guy that dives through the burning building and is the hero and saves the person, the one that doesn't, isn't necessarily the heart. It was what has happened in the life up to that point that made the first one, the hero, believe he could do it and survive. Or believe he had to try it for some other arbitrary reason. The other one didn't have it. That's getting off track a little bit. Maybe it helps you, maybe it doesn't. But the main thing is, write your goals. They're incredible, they're important. But they help you make the steps to belief. And from belief to the decision and the action that gets you there. I absolutely believe this. I think it matters. I think it's huge. I hope you do it. God bless you guys. Have a great day.